Hello, and welcome to another edition of the Silver Bulletin presented by Lantern TV. Let's check out some of the highlights from Ohio State's 56-21 win over Rutgers. To begin, on the second play of the game, Rutgers quarterback Johnny Langan is picked off by defensive back Shaun Wade. And on Ohio State's first offensive series, running back J.K. Dobbins finds the end zone for an 18-yard score. Then, on Rutgers' second drive of the game, Shaun Wade comes up big again as he forces a fumble recovered by defensive back Sevyn Banks. And Ohio State converts on the turnover once again as Justin Fields finds Benjamin Victor on an 11-yard touchdown pass to put the Buckeyes up 14-0. Next up, we have Chris Olave catching a 58-yard bomb by Justin Fields inside the Rutgers 10-yard line. The play would be the longest play of the night. The Olave reception would set up an 8-yard touchdown run by J.K. Dobbins on the very next play. Then, Justin Fields finds K.J. Hill for a 35-yard touchdown reception to put the Buckeyes up 28-7 at the end of the first quarter. And right before halftime, Justin Fields finds Benjamin Victor for a 24-yard touchdown reception, his second of the night. Lastly, we have Justin Fields throwing his fourth touchdown pass of the night to tight end Luke Farrell.
And we are back. Ohio State just defeated Rutgers 56-21. And with me, I have our sports editors, Andy Anders and Griffin Strum. Now, Andy, I'm going to go to you for this first question. How do you think Justin Fields played, especially with how good his connection to Chris Olave was tonight?
Well, yeah, both Justin Fields and Chris Olave had career highs tonight. Fields in passing yards, Olave in receiving yards. And really an efficient night from Fields. I believe he completed, like 80% of his passes, somewhere in that ballpark. He was had very high completion rate, 15 for 19, that was the number. He was 15 for 19 throwing the ball tonight, which is close to 80%. And he showed a lot of it, too, was downfield passes, right? We saw a lot of the arm strength, especially on those passes to Olave. That one that traveled over 50 yards in the air beyond all of the Rutgers defense and hit Olave was a beautiful throw and catch. And then more of a circus catch later from Olave and a ball that was more underthrown. But Olave comes back to it, makes a really nice play. And the connection between those two has kind of been a strong undertone all year. Tonight it was brought to the forefront, and I think as Ohio State moves forward into those top-tier matchups, that connection could become more important.
Mm-hmm. Now, Griffin, kind of switching gears from the offense to the defense, how do you think they played tonight, especially since most of the starters only played in the first half?
Yeah, Brian, you even saw Damon Arnett sat out today. He wasn't unavailable or a game-time decision beforehand, but I think his wrist, he's been playing with that cast all year. He sat out. You had Sevyn Banks came in and started the game in his place, but you had Shaun Wade really stepped up in the beginning of the game when it was still 0-0. On this very second play, Langland threw that interception. Shaun Wade tipped it with his left hand and caught it. It was kind of a nice pick. It was his first of the season as well. And that was just 2 plays into the game. Ohio State went down and scored in a minute and a half. Rutgers gets the ball right back. Second play, once again, you got Shaun Wade ripping the ball out of Washington's hands, and Jordan Fuller recovered it. And then you saw once again Ohio State just rinse and repeat, goes down and scores again under a minute. And that really set the tone. After that, those 2 turnovers, 2 scores, the game was basically over by that point. It was 14-0. And, you saw the Rutgers offense score down the stretch, but that was like they were second, third string guys. And at that point, I don't think there's much to read into that necessarily. The first teamers and guys like Shaun Wade really did their job early.
Mm-hmm. And how do you think the team's shaping up, and especially now that Chase Young is coming back next week against Penn State?
Yeah, I think everyone's going to be energized on the defensive side of the ball, and really the whole team in general. To get Chase Young back, that was a big talking point after the game. You can tell this game was just kind of a holdover. The season really starts right now. Penn State, Michigan, you're getting Chase Young back. I think you're going to see some really good football to be played in the next couple weeks here.
Okay. And that's all we have time for today. From Andy Anders and Griffin Strum, I'm Brian Nelson, and thank you very much for watching the Silver Bulletin Highlight Show. Bye.